Hey, it's Christopher here with another episode of What's Brewing, and today we're talking about one of On's trail shoes, the CloudVista. But before we get into this video, let's roll that beautiful B-roll. Hey everyone, thanks for clicking on this video. Let's jump into the breakdown of the CloudVista. So first off, let's take a look here, get a little bit of a profile, kind of get a 360 view here. If you're watching at home and want to freeze frame this, that way you can kind of take a little bit closer look. You certainly can. Get the sole here. All right. First off, we want to talk about the vamp here. All of this is really thinner material here. So this is meant to be lightweight. This is not a waterproof shoe, but they do make a waterproof version of it. The one call I would say is that if it does get wet, this is going to dry out a little bit easier because of the nylon material. When we look at the toe here, we've got a reinforced sort of rubber here for the toe. That way, if you're walking the trail, you're not going to be stubbing your toe or hurting. If we look at the throat line here and kind of leading up into the shoe design, this is a standard, sort of the modern On. I would akin this to the Cloud Runner if you're looking for a body style, or a Cloud Flyer. Cloud Runner because it's got the similar profile here, and it's got I think it's like a 90 millimeter distance between the toe, kind of the rise between the toe curve and your heel. Now, if we look at this, again, very much a Cloud Runner for our, just really the heel of our shoe. It's padded and it's very, very comfortable. When we look here at our tongue, this is a thinner material, and I'm starting to see that On is making thinner tongues. I'm guessing that is to remove some weight. This is a very lightweight shoe versus something like the Cloud Venture, which is their first foray into adventure shoes. And I find that it was a little bit clunky. I'm sure it's got its purposes and its place, but it's actually one of the few On shoes that I purchased and thought, ooh, I don't really like this because it's not good for the trail, a little chocolate block thick, and I'll talk about that when I look at the sole. Additionally, the laces here are reinforced with some metal around the end here where you can really make sure that it's a nice good fit around your foot, maybe not too tight, but you want to make sure, especially if you're on the trail, you're not twisting your ankle, so you want a lot of support here, and you want to make sure this is a good sort of wrap around your foot. Now, let's talk about the bottom of this. We've got the Helion foam that you see with the CloudTec design here on the bottom, but one of the big differences, and you'll notice it here, I want to say it shows up right here, the Missiongrip. Again, you can't really see it here, but it's actually got a label right here for the Missiongrip. That is describing what's going on side or on top of the CloudTec here, right? You've got your speed board for stability to make sure that as you're walking on this, part of CloudTec is to make sure that you've got individual units that are allowing for that really nice foam cushion to disperse that energy and then have really good liftoffs, whether you're running or walking or just hiking with this shoe. Let's talk about who I think this is for. A big call out about this shoe is that there's three major things I want to talk about when you're talking about hiking shoe. The first thing is the width of the shoe. One of the things about On shoes that you need to be aware of is that they are a thinner profile. This is a running shoe, first and foremost. Is it meant for the trail? 100%. Is it made for dedicated hiking? Not necessarily. That's part of that lightweight material. It's meant to be something that you're running with. So I do think that it's something that you could definitely use and will provide stability, but again, it's meant for that runner. A second thing I want you to consider is the fact that a lot of dedicated hiking shoes often have a very even sole in terms of how your feet are landing, and this is to prevent wobble and just to increase instability. I'm not saying this is not a stable shoe. What I am saying is this is not meant for necessarily rock climbing and some of the other activities you might be doing in dedicated hiking shoes. So again, knowing its purpose and knowing its place, I think is very important. The third one, and again, really important here, is about that ankle and that heel stability. I think it's a very stable shoe, But because of this flexible material that's really great for running, this is not necessarily going to give you that total grip. So I think it's important to understand this is meant for the trail, and it's definitely awesome for hiking, but know that this may not be, I don't want to say rated, but this may not be aimed at helping you climb up rocks or doing some really extreme stuff on the trail that this is a runner wouldn't be doing. So keep that in mind. This is a running shoe, but certainly could fit into that hiker's sort of attire or gear that they would gather. Now, the big thing is, who is this for? Well, it's definitely for runners, but I think also for moderate hikers or folks like myself who are looking for premium comfort in a shoe, this is perfect. All right, let's wrap up here. Love the CloudVista. I am personally excited that On is really broadening its horizons in its various vertical markets. It's easy to just think of them as a running shoe, and they certainly do have their genesis in that field, and that's really where their bread and butter is. But over the years, with things like the Roger Federer collaboration, and now lifestyle shoes and just everyday shoes, and really a dedicated set of trail shoes, this being one of them, my first experience with the CloudVenture, to me this is the fulfillment of where the CloudVenture started, and this really kept on going, and I just love the grip on these shoes. I think this is fantastic. The CloudVenture was just a little too thick, a little too blocky for general use, and this just hits the sweet spot for it, and it's quickly become one of my favorite shoes to go on low impact to medium impact hiking, and I've just fallen in love with it. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this review. I hope this helps you make your decision as you start to sort of outfit yourself for your next adventure. If you want to learn more about content like this, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, click the like button and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything we're producing. I'm going to put links in the description for all of the dedicated playlists for all the On shoe reviews that we do, because we just are huge fans of On as a brand on this channel. Anyway, as always, we hope you're doing well. We hope that you're staying safe, and we can't wait to see you in the next one. Take care.